Where did everything go? Hello, hello, happy Friday. Let me make sure my volume's up. How are you? How are you? We're gonna do some readings tonight. I think I put that on the thing. Welcome in, welcome in. What did I put on this thing? But I think I did. I'm getting myself set up. Getting myself set up for the evening with everybody. Hey, Sherelle. How are you? I know. Hey, Regina. How are you? Cut this volume down some on this thing. Hey, love. I'm good. I'm chilling. Gonna do some readings this evening. Good. Hey, Jess. We're gonna pull some cards. We're gonna do some things, hang out for a little while. Hello. Made it through another week, y'all. 1 week closer to Mercury retrograde being done because sis has been doing the absolute most. Okay, this retrograde, somebody said, it went beyond hands. It was dragging us by the collar. It was doing the absolute most. It really, really was. Oh Lord, it's been a week. I know, it has. So I'm like, congratulations, y'all. We made it through another week. Yeah. So keep your head, like, you know, keep those emotions together and all that good stuff. We're almost up out of there. So I'm going to do a collective reading for us. And then if anyone else would like a reading, they're $25. You can send them my Cash App and I got you. But first, let's see, what deck do they want me to use today? This is not the one. Like I said, no ma'am. No ham, no Pam. Okay. Hey, Michelle. All right, what do they have for us? That was quick. Okay. So first thing out the gate we got is the Shaolin Master, being graceful in movement and in action, okay? So this one's a little loaded, right? Because when you're talking about being graceful, that does not mean that you're not being powerful. Hey, Allison, it doesn't mean you're not being powerful. A lot of times people will mistake your responses for weakness because you didn't fly off the handle at the first point and the first time. Because they know that you should have, because of the way that they handled you and that situation. But you've gotten to a place where you recognize that it's best not to just jump and make this quick reaction, but to give yourself a minute so that when you do hit back, the hit back hits. Do you know what I'm saying? So, hey, Vita. Good evening. Hey, Jay. So that when you do actually hit back, it hits back with a punch, right? Because you didn't fly off the handle. You took the time to think about what would be the best way to get the get back. Because they're not saying don't get the get back. Just be graceful with it, right? Be professional with it. This feels very much like the person who always wants to fight. And you're like, I'm past the point of needing to fight, honey. Now I'm gonna sue you. I don't need to physically put hands on you. I can ruin your bank account, your reputation, and threaten your freedom. Like, that's the kind of thing. That's where you are, where you're not just doing what people would expect of you. You're past that, okay? The other thing that we got here is to hold space. What does it mean to hold space? Holding the space means that you're not going to move your boundaries for anyone or anyone. This space is for whatever you have designated it for. They're wanting us to hold firm to boundaries, okay? When we talked on Monday about how things were different, right? If you didn't cuss them out, Now you are. And if you used to cuss them out, you're trying to hold on to something different, right? And so the information that you've gotten over this Mercury retrograde, the people whose hands have been revealed, okay? Those are the lessons that they're wanting you to carry forward into the rest of the year. How somebody handled you, how they misspoke to you. Pay attention to that and utilize that going forward so that you don't waste any energy for the rest of the year on these people, on these places, and on these things. So you're holding space for yourself. You're giving yourself grace. You're giving yourself mercy. You're doing a good job. You're doing the best that you can with what you've got, right? So try your best not to criticize yourself, not to be like, oh man, I wish I should have did it this way or I did it that way. No, you did it the way that you were supposed to do it. Then from there, you make the decisions and the steps from that point. But we're not wallowing in criticism about how something was handled or what we did about it, because that thing was done the way that it was supposed to be done, right? Hey, Carbon 12. So you've got to allow yourself. This Mercury retrograde is about allowing things to happen. You're letting things fall away, okay? There have been some great fallings away. There have been a lot of tower moments for a lot of people. One of the themes has been people's housing has been threatened, right? In my portion of the collective, we've been working hard against people being able to stay housed, right? Making sure that everything is covered. People have also been having jobs, right? Got fired, got let go. And Spirit was saying this was an opportunity for them to finally do something that they wanted to do, right? It doesn't always look like we think it's going to look, okay? It doesn't always look the way we think it's going to look. It just doesn't. Welcome in. We got some new people in. We're doing readings tonight for $25. If you want to got a question, I got you. And Carbon, if you could put that in the chat, then I can pin it. Thank you. Tap, tap, tap. So that's what this Mercury retrograde has really been about. It has been about letting the thing happen, right? And I was talking to one of my mentees this morning, and she was explaining like, how is my magic working? Is my magic working? I haven't gotten the physical thing yet. I said, you haven't gotten the physical thing yet. However, there are consequences that should have happened because you hadn't received that yet. And none of those consequences has showed up. That is a sign of your magic working. Sometimes we'll ask for just the money. Spirit really did work with me with her this morning and said, don't just ask for the money. You can ask for the money or ask for it to be forgiven, right? What if you don't have to come up with the funds? What if the person were to say, you know what? We're going to forgive what's owed here. We're going to start off from scratch. Oh, that's a misspelling. It's BITCRAFT works, not Bitecraft works. I don't know who did it. Y'all don't send Bitecraft works no money. I don't know them people. It's okay. So, hey, Ebony. So, oh, hey, Nessa. I didn't even see you, girl. So that's one of the things that they're saying. Don't just limit it to being like you want the money. You either want the debt forgiven or you want the money. You want them to clean the slate or you want the money. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Give Spirit some room to wiggle. Give Spirit some room to make that thing happen. And I want you to know down in your soul it's going to happen. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of desperation in the air, right? Where people they're at wit's end with certain situations that they're going through. Hey, Nacho Saint. So since they're at wit's end, they feel like, what now? Literally asking the ancestors, okay, what now? What do I do now? And the main message that I keep hearing from them is to wait, and we're coming. The order's already been put in. Your people are hearing you. They're hearing you crying in the middle of the night. They hear you saying you're exhausted and you don't know what else to do. And they're saying because you don't need to know what else to do. That's their job. Letting go of the how is what's going to save you for the rest of this year. If you are wrestling with the how, you are going to run yourself bananas, okay? Because there are a million ways for these things to get to you. Open up your mind, expand the options. Because as humans, we can only think of a couple of ways in which something could work out for us, right? And I keep saying money, so it's clearly somebody on here is thinking about money or needs some help with some money or something, because they keep talking about money. So with the idea of manifesting money, right? And I'm going to take manifestation off the table because you're not manifesting it. You're claiming what's already yours. We talked about this a little bit on Monday, how there are several different versions of you existing on several different timelines at the same time. And the reason why you want what you want is because you're experiencing the experience of having it in another timeline, right? So I want you to drop the idea of manifesting. I want you to pick up the idea of now I am pulling in that experience into this timeline. You're simply pulling that experience into this timeline. We hear people talk about people jumping timelines all the time, right? And I want to explain, I want to take a little of the woo-woo, right? Woo-woo moment to help you understand this. So I had a video that went viral a few years ago about the best place for you to jump timelines was in a cold shower, right? And people were like, well, what does that mean? Like, well, how do I do it? And da-da-da-da. When you're jumping timelines, what happens is you become so sure in saying that this is the experience, right? You're so definitive. You're so stubborn, for a lack of a better word, that this is going to be my experience now until the elements around you have to shift. A lot of people do not really believe that statement that I am God, right? You are God, literally. You create your environment. Your environment is a mirror of what you truly believe about yourself, right? About what you truly believe you deserve. Wait on it, because I know some of us are in difficult situations, right? How is that something that I want? Because there has not been a definitive mental shift that my situation must change to this. Once you've made that mental shift and you step into a shower, for instance, right? Because you can do this sitting in the middle of your living room floor. It does not have to be in a shower. That water simply acts as a conduit between you and divine source and the universe, and making that vibration ripple out faster. So that experience that you're pulling from another timeline is hit and connects back to you. So you are pulling in experiences that you are already experiencing. This is when it's a great time to have a conversation with your higher self, because she's seeing it all. He's seeing it all. They're experiencing every version of you. So you're telling them, pull that experience to me now, right? Bring it into me now so that I can experience it in this body, in this timeline. That's all you're doing. You're not having to create something out of nothing. And that's what makes manifestation sound so hard for people, is they feel like they're having to create something out of nothing. And that's where the how really gets started. Because how do I create this? How do I make this happen? You don't have to. You already have it. You already have it. So now I just need to pull it here. I just need to pull you in. Meditation is a great way to pull those experiences into the now. See yourself as having already received it, right? And feel the feeling. And sometimes we already have the materials and just waiting to learn how to use it. That is very true. That is very, very true. Because we just don't know how to do certain things. We don't know how. And I can promise you this. The how comes so crazy quick. Thank you. And it comes so smooth till you be like, wait a minute. That's all I needed to do? Because what happens when you make that decision, the universe literally conspires to make that thing happen. Like legit. You will start to see things change. You will start to see people show up. I'll use one of my students for an example. He's been working on learning the guitar, right? And with his learning the guitar, he also lost his job, right? And so he was like, now what am I gonna do? Cause I gotta figure it out. He was on Craigslist, right? I didn't even know Craigslist was still around. He was bored, he was looking. There was a gentleman on there who is a multimillionaire. He's an attorney, he has a law firm, and he does guitar lessons for $25. He just does it because he loves it and he loves to teach people and he loves music. Student goes, gets lesson, gets offered job. When the universe decides to conspire for you, it will happen. Wow is right, Regina, because I was in wow. So things like that, right? Where we're like, these are the things that I teach my students. Like you really got to make that decision and don't change. I don't care if it takes you a day, if it takes you a month. It's mine. It's mine. It's in my hand, right? Can I pay anybody's rent? If so, okay, whatever. So at the end of the day, there's a decision that has to be made. So decide. This Mercury retrograde is saying, make that decision. Okay? Make that decision and stick with it. Don't change. Hold your boundary. Hold that space until you see that thing physically occur. That's why this one has been so emotional for a lot of people, because it's tugging. Can you accept Venmo? I don't have Venmo. I'm so sorry. I have PayPal and I have Cash App. If you want PayPal, I can send it to you. But one of the things is you're gonna have to just hold fast. Oh, hello, nice to meet you. It's okay, but I appreciate that. Because I come from the old folks that are like, you better speak, you need to speak. But that's why this one has been so emotional, is because this retrograde is hitting everybody's triggers. And a lot of these triggers are old contracts from past lives that are coming to a close, that are ending. And so they are ending gloriously because you're never gonna have to deal with it again. She said, don't you know it? You're never gonna have to deal with that again. So there are certain things that have to be adjusted in the now, so that come December, when you're sitting in your house, sipping your hot cocoa or your hot cider, you're like, man, that was tough, but I made it. And I made it out well. I don't look like what I've been through, right? You're going to get through this. There's no question in my mind that you're going to come out on top of this, and you're going to be talking to a friend about how tight and crazy it was and how you actually made it and how the thing just showed up and how the situations worked out. Okay? Because it's definitely tough right now. Exactly. Ebony said, whoo, because it's tough right now. But just get through the squeeze. Once you get through the squeeze, you're good to go. You're going to be good to go. They are setting you up for success. You're getting what you've asked for. You're getting what you've asked for. Does anybody have any questions before I keep babbling, and I haven't even checked to see if anybody did anything. No, wait a minute. Google. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I'm trying to. Hold on, I'm looking, y'all. Okay. I got you, Ebony. Okay. Hold on. I've been at a place of work for 7 years, and I swear I feel like my faith has been tested to the max. And did. Cool. Man, I wish I had a way to pay. Oh, that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna give the message was on phone on point and much needed. Okay, let me get Ebony whatever spirit has for her. Y'all give me just a second. They're untangling things for you, Ebony. They're untangling. They're literally showing me you're dealing with several situations at one time. Has the sky fallen? No, but the ceiling's buckling a little bit, and you feeling the pressure, and you're trying to figure out what's my best next move. Number one, they're saying to have patience and give space and grace when it comes to your relationship. It's blooming beautifully. Okay, it's blooming beautifully. And your partner has a heart of gold when it comes to you. Truly loves you, truly cares about your child, like truly does. They're mentioning you needing a change for work, okay? And so with you needing this change for work, they don't want you to jump ship just yet. Because when you leave there, you're going to leave there going somewhere, okay? And of course, they're mowing the lawn this evening. But Spirit is saying you're going to leave there going somewhere, okay? You're not going to just leave that job. But they are making a way for you to have a smooth transition into more money because you need more financial help when it comes to that. And they're working that out for you. They're making the things catch up financially. Things have been tight. Expect them to loosen up a bit around the end of August, where you're like, okay, I can breathe a little bit. By February of next year, you're gonna be good. You're not gonna have to worry about the financial part of it at all. That's all working together for you. Let me know if that makes any sense for you, or if you need me to explain anything any further. But they're taking the pressure off, and they're untangling the wires of the situations of the things that you've been going through, Ebony, so that you're not overwhelmed or overloaded. They're also mentioning to say that you're doing well with your son. He's good. I don't even know if you're still in here, Ebony, because I don't see you, but he's gonna be good. Okay? Spot on with it all. Thank you. I'm glad. Yeah. I feel like Michael Jackson in the Billie Jean video, only one square lights up at a time. You know, that's a really good analogy. That's a really good analogy, because that's literally how everybody's feeling like now. Like, where's the next step? Like, what are we doing? Okay, where is the next step? Like, what's happening? And it's one of those things where you're having to just keep pushing and keep going, and the thing lights up. Come on and clock it, for real. Yeah. Yep. And even if, I'm gonna put it like this, in those moments when you can't see what the next step is, that's one of those things that is building up your power. And I'm gonna explain why. Because when you have those instances and those seasons and those moments, and you keep going, later on, When you're hitting another tough situation, you're like, oh, no, 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 no. I know this is going to work out for me because it worked out for me then. I didn't know where I was going, what I was going to do, how I was going to make this to meet that. And it worked out for me. So this one will not be an exception to the rule. Your patience breeds your confidence, breeds your power. Patience is powerful because anybody who can wait out something, they will win every time. I want you to think about it like those people who have those competitions where if you can be the last one to be touching the car, you win the car. Patience wins every time. It's the same thing with spirituality, with magic, with any of that stuff. If you're not so like pressed about it, it can work out beautiful, fantastical, crazy, amazing things can happen. That's why I tell people, do your money magic on payday. Do your money magic on either payday or the night that you know that the day before that deposit's gonna drop, because you're expecting money. So you're relaxed because you know at least XYZ is coming in. So either on payday or the night before it comes in, that's the best time to do your money magic. She said, oh yeah, yeah. Yes, when you are most excited and are in money mood. Yep. And you're expecting it because you always get it. Hello, somebody. You're expecting it because you always get it. So if you're always getting it, so you're expecting the other money to come too. And you're doing your money magic from a place of expectation and not desperation. Makes a big difference. Makes a big difference in how that thing goes and how quickly it moves. And how quickly it moves. Does anybody else have any questions? Just, or you need a reading, I'm here. I was hearing spirit talk. That's why I got quiet. I'm back and I'm missing it. No, you didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything. So, hey, how are you? Paranormal's in the house. Love, love, love. Sending all my love. And happy belated birthday. I hope you had a phenomenal birthday yesterday. Who in here? Okay, this is gonna sound really general, ma'am. There's someone's grandmother. Okay. So this lady is shorter stature, lighter skin, African-American woman, hair in a bun. If anybody, okay. So I don't know about the name Nisi or Crystal. If this hits with anybody, let me know. And if not, she may be here for my appointment tomorrow. Because ancestors and friends and family come early when y'all are scheduled for readings and mediumship. They be so excited to see y'all. They be so excited to see y'all. Does she remind you of a little lady from Beverly Hillbillies? Yes, she does. Yes, she does, actually. Let me up. I think that one is mine. Hold on. You think that one is yours? No, it wasn't Nia. It was definitely Nisi. That's your great grandma. Okay, so let me tell you something. Juzaki. Okay. She smiled. She smiled. I'm going to tell you something, Juzaki. When you said you couldn't get, because of the Venmo and all that other stuff, I kept hearing like, he really needs to hear from you though. Like he really needs to get this. No gold tooth. They were saying he really, really needs to hear. And so that's when I saw her walk in. What transition are you in right now? Like, what are you, because you were going to ask me a question. And she's saying you needed comforting and knowing that it's going to be okay. And she's saying that you needed comforting and that you're making the correct decisions. Okay? She's so little and so like, yeah, you didn't make a mistake, and you didn't you know what I'm saying? You didn't do that wrong. Whatever you're questioning that you did wrong. I'm in a transition I've never experienced before. Okay. It's working out. It feels very uncomfortable for you. You understand? It feels uncomfortable for you. She's like, but you can't get new if everything is always comfortable. You're going to be uncomfortable so that they can move you into what you've asked them for. She's at the front of the line, helping move some of these things out of your way. You've been asking for the help, and she's literally like hand out, giving you what you're asking for. Give it 60 days for things to be completely smooth. Give it 60 days. And she's saying things will be smooth. They'll be calm. You got it? She loves you. And this isn't just this feels very strong, like a bloodline that your people are very serious about being loyal to family. They don't betray family. And she's saying to leave you in a lurch would be betrayal. And they're not going to do that. She's got you. She's got you. She said very, very much. Yeah. Because love didn't feel adequate with the way that her energy is coming forward. It's very strong. She's a very strong woman. And I can say is, because you know they keep existing on the other side. She came through ASAP. She doesn't play. I know. Because I was trying to like focus on what I was saying. And then I was like, well, there's a lady here. She's gone now, but yeah, I'm glad she was able to stop by. You needed that. You really did. I'm glad I could share that. So happy for you getting your granny to come through. That is cool, right? Like sometimes they like, girl, listen. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Yeah, sometimes they just, they got to say what they got to say. So that's my job, is to say the thing. Do y'all have any like general questions y'all want to talk about tonight? Yes, you gonna hear me what I say. Yeah, all of them are like that, especially my folks. Do y'all have any questions about anything? Just in general. Oh, do you want me to invite you up, Brittany? We can chat and you can tell them all about your hand snakes. Y'all need to go check out her hand snakes. If you ever had like you need a communication device and and protection, go check out her hand snakes. Can you explain how me and my altar are connected? Yes, I can actually. So you are literal the altar, okay? Before the actual physical altar. That's you. Hold on one second. Oh yeah, I did get the job that you said that I will get in July, and it's both of my passions. Yay! I thought you had a ghost up there for me. I'm chilling, listening. Okay. So you are the altar, right? So you think about an altar, it's supposed to be like a natural material, right? Like your body, your person, your flesh. Okay. Anytime you're talking about incense, you're talking about air, right? So the air is your heka, that's your voice. However you speak, that's that thing, right? Then you're talking about you're emitting the frequency of you have their DNA, right? I'm gonna put it like this. Let me not get too deep because I heard my spirit guide say, you just make it simple. So because you are connected to your ancestors physically, they hold the same DNA. You're flesh of their flesh, bone of their bone. Anytime you eat, that's an offering to yourself, to your ancestors. Because when you eat, they eat. When you take a shower and you take a spiritual bath, that's a spiritual cleanse for them. Whatever you do is for them. You are the walking, living embodiment of them in this timeline, right? You are standing in the gap. You're the connection. That's how you're the altar. That's why you're supposed to love yourself first. You should have an altar for yourself as well, where you venerate yourself. Because once you come out of religion and you stop worshiping something outside of yourself, now where does all this energy go? It needs to go to you. You need to be worshiping you. You need to be saying, I'm grateful for my legs. They hold me up. My hands that work for me. Praise your organs, your body for working, your lungs for working. Okay? Do all those things. Keisha, just tired, and I wanted to ask, did they hear me? Oh, they heard you. Now you know your people heard you. They don't play about you. They're not playing about your daughter either, as you know. They heard you. They heard you. When wanting to do one spell, but the energy is so high, it causes anxiety or confusion, what should I do? Okay, in those moments, don't do the spell, right? You're welcome. What you want to do in those moments, you want to stop and ground yourself. So this can look like repeating to yourself, I am safe, I am grounded, I am the power. I am safe, I am grounded, I am the power. I am safe, I am grounded, I am the power. Until you feel the anxiety calm down, until you feel yourself starting to relax. Once you start to relax, go drink a glass of water, go do something that has nothing to do with magic, nothing to do with the spell. Go listen to a comedy special, turn on a movie, okay? Once that's over and you're completely calm, and maybe even the next day, then go in and do the spell or the ritual. Because when it comes to doing these spells and rituals, you have to be able to direct the energy, right? You have to direct it. And so if it's too high or if it's too much, then it's too hard to navigate where that energy needs to be focused. Yep. I have an altar to myself, but should I put offerings on it like I do to the ancestors? Absolutely. Give yourself flowers. Give yourself expensive perfumes. Give yourself makeup. And it's your altar. So you can use the stuff on your altar. I gave myself some perfume the other month. What was it? It was Chanel Blue. And it's really funny because it's very strong, right? The perfume is very strong. And so this isn't spiritual, this is just funny. And little bit is always in my things. And she sprayed the stuff, and my God, the whole house was smelling like Chanel, and that stuff is strong. I haven't worn it since because she just wore me out. My nose was done. But yeah, give yourself perfume. Thank you. I try to smell good. The smell goods are important to me. And the crazy thing is, because I like the expensive ones, so I go buy the samples, and then, yeah, you do what you got to do. But anyway, I digress. Yes, give yourself offerings. Definitely give yourself offerings. Flowers, chocolates, whatever you like. Another good practice or habit that I started last year, if you like to drink, or you like champagne, everybody will smell good in this house. Absolutely. So I like you keep bottles of champagne on there so that when I reach certain goals, I can pop a bottle for myself, right? Like, girl, you did that. We reached this goal. We did that, right? You really want to be Snoop Dogg. I like to thank myself for showing up for myself. I want to thank myself for doing the hard work. You need to start thanking yourself for jumping out of religion scared. And now you talking to people on the other side, venerating them when you knew you were scared at the beginning. Thank yourself for keeping going. Thank yourself for not quitting. Self-veneration is very important. It is very important. 100%. Yep. You did all of this. I love the popping bottles for self. Yeah, it's fabulous. What can I do? My money candle went out 3 times. First of all, I don't think you asked for enough. It feels like you were trying to be polite. You ain't asked for enough. Also, you don't need a lot in your candle. You don't need a lot. They're also mentioning like where the candle came from. Like where did the candle come from? Tell me where you got the candle. Oh, and the Dollar Tree has re-upped their colors, guys. If y'all want to head on out and get some more candles, the Dollar Tree done finally got some stuff. Let's see. Wow, you know, it was a bid. Okay. Oh, it was a bodega. Okay. Because that's what they were like, where'd you get it from? You need to do this on your own. They want you to do this on your own. I don't never trim the wick in the candle. That's like the microphone. They want you to do this on your own. You need to go get a green candle, okay? And you need to dress that green candle. If you get you some, yeah, it was the last one and old, okay? Because they want you to do this yourself. You need to get you, you know what? Don't get you no green candle. Get you a blue candle, okay? We thinking blue face hundreds. You want big money, okay? So get you a blue candle. Thursday just passed. Yesterday would have been great, but you can do it when you want to because you're the one in charge. Get you a blue candle and put you some money herbs in that blue candle. If you get you $1, oh my God, the blue is the one that stayed lit. Like, come on now. They just had blue and green left. Yeah. Well, the blue is the way. The blue is the way to go. But since I was telling you, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this sauce in the live. A blue candle with whatever money herbs that you like, right? Get you a $1 bill. Cut that $1 bill up, right? But before you cut that $1 bill, I want you to talk to the president on the front and tell him how many of him he needs to bring to you. Then cut that thing up and sprinkle a little of it in your candle. Put your money oil in that candle and work that candle. I know a lot of people that don't work their candles. They think they light it and they move on. You can't light it and move on. You got to work the candle. You got to talk to that thing every day. You got to command that thing every day. As while it's lit, right? And if you have to put it out because you're going somewhere, you're really connected. Thank you. You're welcome. Yes, I am. Really connected. And then every time, if you have to relight it, like you got to go to work, you want to snuff it out and you got to relight, you got to get that energy up again, right? And some of the best time to talk to those candles and work those candles is between, that witching hour. If you can get up and talk to that candle during that witching hour with sleep in your eyes and tell it what you need it to do every day that it's burning. If you just so happen to be speaking and spray a little something comes out, that thing might hit. You might even want to get a little liquor and do a little spray, wake that spirit up. But I'm just saying, and if you can't smoke in your house and you need the spirit of tobacco, you can always boil that tobacco and then put it in a spray bottle and then spray that tobacco. If you can't smoke, that's, in your house and stuff. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, you're so sweet. You're not sweet. Look, they corrected me immediately. Like, she ain't here to play with these people. Like, she does not play, but I appreciate it. I really do, from your heart. What's a good spirit for Southern ancestors? Well, it depends. It depends, because a lot of those Southern ancestors still believe in Jesus. So, you're welcome. So it depends on your people, right? For instance, I'd be scared to be up late doing stuff. So for my people, I'm gonna use my people for an example, because they very much still love Jesus. They understand that I'm not the one. I'm not talking to no egregores. I don't have no time. I got work to do. And so I let them handle how they're handling it. Now, there are some ancestors that are cool with what I'm doing, clearly, but not all of them. So I think you have to know your people to know what spirit. Oh, I was talking about like drinks. Oh, liquor. Okay. My bad. I done went down a whole rabbit hole. So a good one for them is whiskey. You know what else is good? 151 is good. The stuff that burns like hot fire off the bottom shelf, because it's pure. It's just liquor. Like, they're not sitting at the altar savoring anything. They need the energy, the spirit of it. So I when I'm like getting down to business for workings, I use corn grain liquor, like the bottom shelf stuff. But if I'm trying to like get favor and you want to help them, you want them to help you with something, get them some top shelf whiskey. Most Southern, African American ancestors drank whiskey. That was their thing. Some of them did gin too. They reminded me, girl, don't forget the gin. It was the gin too. It's a cup. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep. I don't know how to spell it either. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. The Takakavak. All of that stuff works for them. But yeah, if you're trying to get favor, give them the good stuff, right? Like if you're working with like Santa Muerte, she likes the good stuff. You can't just be giving her no cheap tequila. Mama wants the good stuff. So you leave her bottle where it's at. But all of those things. My folks be on that Bacardi. Yeah. And like I said, it depends on where they're from. Because I know you were talking about Southern ancestors. Like when you talk about like Jamaican ancestries and all that other stuff, you need some Ray and nephews. You need their stuff. Stick to what we know. Don't be getting cute and fancy. Because a lot of times we be doing too much. We really do. I hear my people constantly, girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere, we don't need that today. We need you to go lay down. And they'll do that sometimes because they recognize that you're human. You have a life. You have a job. You can't do it all. So if it ever comes down to you going to sleep or doing a ritual, go to bed. Go to bed. And then when you get some rest, you can do it. Wild turkey was big where I'm at. All right now. We're using all the things to get all the things. Y'all have any other questions for me? You said gin, and I instantly heard Boilermaker, a gin and beer. Oh, wow. They doing it up. Moonshine. Moonshine is a really good one with my people, because my great grandma used to make moonshine. She called it white lightning. Like that was a thing down in Louisiana in them back swamp waters. Moonshine. What was the topic? Or are we just asking questions? Y'all are just asking questions. I gave the ancestors something. I gave the ancestors the last of my money. Are they okay with that? They're okay with that. They sending replacements. My ancestors said they let me rest because I've been the first one in our family to be able to. I love that. That makes sense to me because they got to maintain that inheritance for you. That's an inheritance. Oh, thank you so much. You just really pouring in. I appreciate you. I sent you a payment, but I didn't ask a specific question. Oh, okay, whatever they want to say. Okay, just a minute. Have you been having like any discomfort or pain in like your right leg or foot or any issues? This is for the Melanite. Where did she go? The Melanite goddess. Any pain on your right side? Girl. Thank you so much. Any pain on your right side? Right knee was messed up last week. Okay. Your right knee was messed up last week. Thank you for the confirmation. The first thing, the first thing is you're going to have to be very careful with what you're doing. You're going to have to get off of it as much as possible, okay? Because you don't want to twist it into a more serious injury. If you can get you a knee brace, get you a brace because you need some support on that knee. They're also mentioning when you're sitting, if at all possible, right? When you're sitting, keep that elevated and extended. That's going to really help. They're also mentioning you getting like a turmeric paste. So we gonna do a little kitchen magic. Get you some turmeric and some olive oil. Make you a paste. They're even saying you can do this with aloe vera gel. You're gonna make a paste out of that turmeric and aloe vera gel, or the turmeric and olive oil. And you're going to, you have both? Okay. So whatever you feel like doing, mix that up and cover that knee, okay? And then you're gonna get some saran wrap, that clear stuff that sticks together, and wrap that knee. Wrap it good. Don't wrap it too tight. They said don't cut off your darn circulation. That's literally how they said it, my bad. But wrap it tight. And then once you wrap it tight, then it's gonna help with the inflammation. It's gonna help with that inflammation and that pain. They're also mentioning a decision that you've made recently. They weren't too happy with the way that you made that decision or how you went about it, but they're going to course correct you. They're going to course correct, which is not a bad thing. I too have made the wrong choice sometimes. So they're being very specific with saying this isn't chastisement. This is just guidance. They're just moving you in a different direction. Are you in a relationship? Are thinking about getting in a relationship with somebody? Yeah, your ancestors and mine. No relationship. Okay. Has somebody been trying to get back with you? Like an ex of some sort? Because this feels like, that's why I'm asking. And I'm going to just put it out there, whether it's happened or it's about to happen. There's somebody trying to come back into your life and your people don't like them at all. Don't let them back in. Point blank, period. So whether they done picked up the phone, they done sent the text, if they done sent the big head text or whatever. Okay, so if they haven't come back, this is your warning. Don't let them back in. They don't like them. They don't like them at all. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. And definitely with that knee. I'm waiting for the new guy they said was coming. Okay. Yeah, keep waiting. No message from me. I guess I'm in that Billie Jean video. Okay. What do you want a message about, Jess? Let me know, and I'll let them know. And it's okay to be in the Billie Jean video. Fantastical things happen in the dark. Amazing things happen in the dark. Okay. Any messages from your ancestors in specific? Your daughter's going to be okay. With school next year, I feel like there was some anxiety here for her about school. And that's being taken care of. For you in particular, when it comes to feeling like you're in the dark, your ancestors are saying you feel like you're in the dark because you're not listening to your own voice. They give you explicit directions through you, but you've got to trust you first in order to hear the guidance. You're in the places you're supposed to be in. You're trying to move from where you've been at your job into something that's more independent and more lucrative. But in order to take your skill set that you have, teaching all of these wonderful things, they're saying that we need to look for creative solutions beyond your physical sight. That's what you need to ask them for, creative solutions beyond your physical sight. Because there are study guides and books and programs about what you teach that you need to make available online and put it up for sale. You need to put that up for sale sooner than later. And it doesn't have to be perfect. They said your fear of people not liking it or it not being just right or is stopping you. They also don't want you to wait on anyone for this, because it seems there was a partnership attached to this in the past, and that partnership kind of dwindled, and that's what slowed you down. And now they're like, let's go. Post retrograde, let's go. Let's create the class. Let's create the ebook. Let's create the study guide for what you teach, and then put it up for sale. Is this a collective sound like you talking to me? No, this is for Jess. But if it resonates, as they say. Oh wait, are they mad? I cord cut my brother because, yeah, yes they are. And they're not mad. I wouldn't say mad. But they said that wasn't the correct decision. That wasn't a correct decision. Jess, does that make sense to you, love? I was waiting on Jess. I'll take the postcard crazy. How? I'm sorry. No, it doesn't make sense to you. So, okay. So you teach math. You teach or taught math at some point. They're wanting you to create either a study guide on how to help kids with math. Yes, okay, that's what I'm talking about. They want you to take those study guides, those courses, and put them online and put them up for sale. School is about to go back into session, and they're saying that if you take and create those study guides, if you create those ebooks, you put them for sale on Etsy, that's going to make some money for you. Does that make sense? Marie said, any messages for her? Hold on. Did you send hold on, child. I'm trying to see who didn't send cash apps. Y'all, I need new glasses. Okay, so I need Nia too. Okay. Okay, just a bit nervous about that. I have other financial responsibilities. Well, they don't want you to quit your job. They just want you to do it while you're working. Okay? Can you tell me how do I reverse it? Okay, I'm gonna tell you how to reverse it. Let me give Nia her message, and then I'm gonna tell you how to reverse it, okay? Cause yeah, they don't want that. Okay. You are Nia. Okay, Nia. I didn't know, y'all usernames and y'all names be totally different. I'll be like, who am I talking to? Okay, so let me tell you how to reverse it. And what do they want you to do to reverse that? Okay. This is something that they want to take care of in-house with you. First things first, what is that scripture y'all want her to use? Hold on, Nia. Jess, did you see that? Velvet Phoenix said, send her one study guide and she'll create one for free. Yeah, go follow each other. What God has put together, let no man put asunder. Anybody know what that is? Hold on. I'm going to tell you how to reverse it. Hold on. Not all that. Is that Mark? Is it Mark? Come on, Google. Is it Mark or is it Matthew? Hold on, y'all. I'm Googling. Okay, it is Mark 10 and 9. Mark 10 and 9. So they want you to write a letter to your brother, his energy, as to where your boundaries are, okay? What you will and will not put up with, and then put it in your Bible under Mark 10 and 9 for 9 days. Just leave it in there and let them work it. Okay? That's how you're going to reverse that. That's how you're going to reverse that thing. Hey, little sis. That's how you're going to reverse it. Anybody else? Okay, thank you so much. I was just so angry. I appreciate you. And that's normal. We all get mad. And that's one of the things I appreciate it. Thanks for tapping the screen for me. That's one of the things that I try to emphasize. When somebody pisses you off, there are a few instances where as soon as somebody pisses you off, you need to go do the work because you need the heat of that anger in the work. That's in extreme circumstances where someone may have physically brought harm to someone, or somebody has threatened someone's safety, someone has stolen someone's livelihood or money. Then you need that heat. You need to be mad because you need to be spitting and cussing at this work when you do it. But for the most part, when you get pissed, you need to take a beat. Like take a beat and then figure out, do I still want to do this? Because I saw a creator and I wish I had his name. He made a post, I think it was last week, where he was explaining how magic is a pum. And you have to be comfortable with whatever the results are, right? Because you're directing this energy at someone, anything could happen. And he talked about how he had put out it was a get back on somebody and ended up putting them in a fever dream, in a fever state. And they could have, been done for that. And so you have to be prepared for the consequences when you do things like that. In those instances where I have chosen to do that, I'm ready. Whatever it is, do what it do. You also need to make sure when you're doing stuff like that, that you're cloaking yourself so that people can't see where it's coming from. You're adding confusion to it so that they can't figure out how to undo it. Then you need to protect yourself so that you don't get no blowback. You want to do all those things when you're doing workings like that. You gotta cover yourself on on all grounds. You can't leave the door open for anything to slide in or slip through. So that when somebody is looking at it, because somebody may be like, hey, I'm gonna go get a reading and figure out where this came from. You need the reader to not be able to see it. Y'all have any other questions? Welcome in, peaceful black man. It's good to see you, friend. It's good to see you. What's some advice on spiritual protection and spiritual hygiene? Okay, that's a good one. I'm going to keep it simple for you. Spiritual protection, it needs to happen on a daily basis. Okay, I'm going to answer you in a minute, Nia. I got you. It's something that you want to do on a daily basis. Spiritual protection looks like using a protection oil, right? Spiritual protection looks like saying a prayer of protection over yourself. It looks like protecting your car. I use Bobby Hemmitt's old school, all the, whatever with the meat. Rub the tires. That works for me. That saved me from car accidents. You can also use, mustard seed, bay leaves, and Florida water in a container in your glove compartment. That's spiritually protecting your car, because mustard seed keeps away the popo. Spiritual hygiene wise, I like to keep, and I tell people this is the easiest thing to do, prepare your spiritual baths ahead of time, right? Brew your teas. If you know you need to take a spiritual bath this week, brew that tea, put it in the refrigerator till you're ready to do it, so you don't have to worry about getting ready. If you're going to be mixing up the herbs, mix them up early, so all you got to do is boil them and then pour it into the tub. All of those things. You want to, spiritual protection, spiritual hygiene, spiritual baths. Don't overlook meditations, right? Calling in certain angels for protection, and it doesn't always have to be Michael. Michael is amazing, right? But there are so many other angels, so many other. A good book to look into is the 72 Angels of Magic. They've worked wonders for me. And you've got to think of energy, right? Everybody and their mama calling on Archangel Michael. Not like he can handle it, but if you calling on somebody that everybody ain't calling on, you ain't got to wait in line. You ain't got to wait in line. So call in your angels for protection. Use your spiritual oils. Set your intentions. You can use your Psalms. We know Psalms 91 all day, Psalms 1. And you can call in your protection every day. And pre-make your baths. Pre-make your baths. Dr. Bronner's has that peppermint body wash, and peppermint is already a spiritual, it helps with cleansing and things. And add your herbs to that bottle and conjure that bottle for your protection. So when you're in the shower, you get through with your regular shower, take your spiritual shower, let that water hit that head and go air dry. Those types of things. That all works. The strong peppermint one, yeah. The one that must be diluted. That I found out the hard way years ago. I was like, why ain't nobody said nothing? You're welcome. I've diluted. Diluted before you use it. Oh. Okay. Any other questions tonight? Otherwise, I'm going to bid adieu for the evening. I have truly enjoyed my time with y'all. Is this donation based, or what are we doing tonight? We're doing readings. You're so funny. We're doing readings at $25 to my Cash App. Never thought of that, but I'll be at Target tomorrow. Yeah, it works. And it's quick and easy. Poor, not poorer. Yeah. Thanks for the book recommendation. You're welcome. And also with that book recommendation, if you ever, when you get to there's a master ritual at the beginning. Every time you evoke any of these angels, there is a YouTube video of it as well. So if you want to look up and see how it sounds. Some of the words are pronounced. And I'm talking about the 72 Angels of Magic. If you get the book and you're going to evoke the angel, do not get caught up in pronunciation. These angels, they know if you're calling them. So you ain't got to worry about that. Okay, sis, let me get you. But yeah, don't get caught up in the pronunciation. Just follow the directions and it works. I've seen crazy stuff happen. Okay, a message for you from your ancestors. First thing they're saying is sending you so much peace, sending you so much love. You did the right thing. You know what I'm talking about. What just happened in the house with the discipline. It had to happen the way that it happened because it had to make an impact. You're not the problem. The problem was coming from the split, going from one household and the other household, and then there being two different sets of rules, and she thinking that she could buck the system. She thought she can get away with it. Nobody's really paying attention to me. I'm slicker than that. I can get through with that. And so your people are saying they caught it before it became a problem and that you did correctly. And they support you 1000% in what you did. Okay? Because it had to happen, because it had to be caught. It had to be caught right now. And this needs to be impactful. This needs to last maybe a year and a half, whatever this punishment is, minimum a year and a half, not being able to have access. Do you know what I'm saying? No access, not unsupervised. If we're doing homework, I'm sitting right here because you're not going to be on any game or any of that. We're not doing any of that. Restricting even the YouTube, all of the things. The other thing they're talking about is the separation situation of the person who has seemingly walked away. The one who does not have freedom of movement. The one who does not have freedom of movement, who has chosen to walk away. They're saying to let it be. Let it be. We're making room for your forever. And we cannot make room for your forever while you're holding on to someone who is incapable of having freedom of movement. We want so much more for you. There are experiences and places and things that they want you to have and they see you having. But you've got to let I'm going to say it how they're saying, you got to let the riffraff go. They're in the way. They're in the way of you meeting the man that's really supposed to love you and marry you and be a good stepdad to those kids. They're saying, let the riffraff go. Choose higher for yourself. You are absolutely beautiful. Oh, wow, I know. And smart and funny. They want you to reach higher when it comes to dating, giving your energy to. They said literally, we don't care if it has to be like a long distance on an app. You need to reach higher. You're worth more. And the people and the young men here lately, they literally can't even afford your attention. They want you to move around. Reach higher. Reach higher. And to stop letting you think, this is the thing, you think apps, they scare me. What scares them is for you to get tied down or stuck with one of the type of people that you're dating now. That's what's scary to them, because that would be a loss of potential, a huge loss for them. So that's what they want for you. That's what, and they're serious because they were like, you're still young, you're still beautiful. Don't waste any more time. I don't know what I was about to say because it just slipped. It slipped away as soon as I said, I think, and then it just slipped away. But those are the main things that they want for you. They want you to know you did right and to don't worry about, you don't have to adjust yourself when you get around your child again. They're saying let her make the adjustment because she was out of pocket and she knows she was out of pocket and she needs to feel uncomfortable for a little while. But it's going to come together. You literally saved her. But yeah, they want better for you in the dating. And you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. Oh, anybody else before we close out of here? You're welcome. Love you, girl. Hello. All right. Well, you guys have a fantabulous weekend, and I'll see you guys. Oh, better comes. It is on its way. UPS delivery. Y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all on Monday night. Y'all have a good one. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much, Brittany. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Y'all have a good weekend.